So we've noticed a few things have changed in the near past. One was a change in growth and density in data centers, where the size of the data center and the density of the power usage and cooling internally has gone up dramatically. We've noticed a consolidation where companies and agencies have taken smaller data centers and consolidated them into larger or hosting type data centers. And we've also noticed that the data center is becoming more integral to the day-to-day activities within an agency or within a facility. One thing we've noticed that hasn't changed, though, is that data centers still are still interested in a lot of information about what's going on. They also want their data center more reliable and more efficient, and they won't sacrifice one at the value of the other. Power quality can affect efficiency in a few ways, but for example, one is harmonics. Harmonics affect transformers in data centers very dramatically by reducing the efficiency of them, wasting energy along the way. Additionally, power quality and knowing about power quality within a facility can help the day-to-day operations by, for example, looking at disturbances within the system and ensuring the most uptime you can possibly get out of your data center. An energy management information system takes the place of what used to be the traditional power monitoring systems of the past. For years, people were taking power monitoring data and acting based on that. An energy information system takes it to the next level, where rather than just having power management information, you're actually taking other things into account, like the cost of energy, like the weather data, maybe occupancy data, different types of things. You're wrapping all that information up inside to do benchmarking, normalization, building a key list of KPIs, and you're using that data to create action plans or actionable plans that you can implement within your data center or your facility. Well, benchmarking is a key in an active approach to energy management. Understanding the data, creating baselines, and then being able to implement an action plan around those baselines so that the users have an idea of how their progress goes throughout the entire process. If you can imagine collecting data over an amount of time, normalizing it based on that and based on any particular facility, and then being able to create a plan to either reduce energy, for example, maybe to increase the energy efficiency. It really depends on what's important to that facility or that data center. And without benchmarking and key data, you won't know, you can't see how the action plan is actually progressing. I would recommend evaluating your system, find the applicable points that you want, apply metering at those points, and then apply a system that has an intuitive front end so that the data that you get from the system that you put out in the field is going to give you not only good power quality information that's going to allow you to be able to do things like prevent outages, increase and straighten out your visibility into your preventive maintenance system, but you're also going to be able to reduce any unplanned outages that happened. That type of thing is going to give you some good insight into how to run your data center in the future. As well, you make sure you have a system that can not only do localized metering, but do enterprise-wide metering to be able to monitor and maintain the action plans that you would implement as far as energy reduction and power quality and uptime. I think what we're discussing here is most important for our government, even more important than the public sector or the private sector, because our government data centers should be the most reliable, the most secure, and the most efficient in the world. Without the right meters, without the right control systems, without the right software front ends to give the quality data and control functions, That's just not possible. You can't put a sustainable system in place without the proper equipment and software wrapped around it. For data centers, I believe energy monitoring and efficiency will become even more important over the next few years with things like greenhouse gas monitoring and the penalties that come along with it, whether you're in a government facility or whether you're in a private facility.